Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome to I've Always Said That. I'm your host, Brad, and we are deep diving, recapping, analysing, rehashing RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10, Episode 2, Murder on the Dance Floor. You're welcome. Sound out in my audio cloud, SoundCloud, whatever it's called. If you didn't get it from that, we are recapping RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10, Episode 2. You're welcome. And can I just say, what a great start of the season it has been last week with episode 1. Aja and Irene in the top 4, You're Not Even a Shit fart. Wow, that's a fever dream. And the bottom 4 twist, ooh, I can't wait to see how that plays out with who they're going to have to give their points to. Let's get into it, shall we? After the lip sync, the bottom 4 queens come back into the workroom and discuss how they might give their points, and they're dealing with the new twist. MVQ is so broad and general and totally on purpose for that because they want a little bit of mess. They want a little bit of drama, you know? Variety is the spice of life. Ah. I love it. Bring this whole element to the game. Absolutely. Aja and Irene join the others and the ceremony begins. Not really a ceremony, they just kind of give it out to each other. But Bosco goes first and she gives it to Phoenix. Phoenix gives hers to Bosco, Deja to Olivia, and then Olivia to Deja. So each of the bottom queens kind of just gave each other one each. And I'm like, okay, that's fine for the first episode. But I don't want that going forward because that's kind of just like, defeats the purpose of like the messy points. I want messy. Nah. So, new day in the workroom. Rue comes in and announces a mini challenge. How fun. I do love a mini challenge. They have to roll a ball from belly button to mouth with a pit crew member. Irene ends up winning, and the prize is $2,500. Okay, sure, Jan. Why not? I'll take that. Rue announces the maxi challenge, and it is mystery improv, murder on the dance floor. Oh. I don't know how I feel about an improv challenge, because if the queens aren't improv actors, it can be not great. So, we'll see how this turns out. They're left to pick their own parts, which usually means fights, drama, yay. Also, shout out to Aja's Velma fit. She looks great. Everybody picks their own roles with no fights at all. How boring. Okay. Anyway, moving on. As they're prepping their characters, let's do an improv acting recap of how they all did on their previous seasons when it was this kind of challenge, shall we? Aja has never been the best actress. Like, I'm thinking of 90210 in season 9 where she went home. And then also the Bachelor on All Stars 3 where she was in the bottom 4. So I'm a little bit worried for how she's going to go. Olivia won an improv challenge, but also went home on an acting challenge at the top 5. So could go either way there. Deja and Bosco, I believe, were around the safe areas for theirs. Phoenix, however, went home on her acting challenge on season 3. And Irene didn't get the chance to do this because she went home first. So, Olivia's character that she's chosen herself is like a psychic and jokingly predicts that she'll be in the top 2. And Bosco says she's clearly not psychic. And Olivia reacts, well, should I say overreacts, and there's this back and forth, in my opinion, about absolutely nothing. Like, how dare you come for me or whatever, I'm going to stand up for myself. And it was like a little comment, a little bit of shade. I don't think it was that deep. Olivia says in confessional that she wanted the chance to stand up for herself because she didn't stand up for herself in season 13, which I get, but I don't think this was the right moment to do that. Aja's like trying to diffuse the situation a little bit, and Deja comes over and she's like hairspraying a mannequin head with no wig on it. And Aja's like, there's no wig on that girl. And Deja's like, I'm just being the nosy neighbor. I love Deja. She's so fun. She's such a good time. Okay, murder on the dance floor improv challenge. The premise is there's a murder on a boat and everyone's a suspect. So Rue is actually in the scenes with them, which I love when Rue is, because like Rue actually kills all this kind of stuff. And also Carson and Michelle are there as well. So like everyone's there. So Rue interviews each one, and that's kind of like their solo scene. Aja plays the twin sister of the murdered, and she has really improved since last time, I think. Still not Meryl Streep by any standard, but definitely a big step up. I think she's got a lot more character development in there. She's not just at like one note the entire time like she was in The Bachelor. So it's good to see a bit of ebb and flow. Could it have been more? For sure. But like I think she's done a great job. Phoenix, I was kind of unclear about what her character was really, and I was really more focused on Rue, especially when she said, $1 for grandmother's pussy. Like, I think Rue stole that scene a little bit, so not great for Phoenix. Deja is playing a drunk cougar flirting with Rue, and I think she's doing a really great job. Like, she's got like an eyelash glued on her forehead and her cheek, and she's got makeup smeared everywhere. I'm loving this like burnt orange sort of pantsuit that she's wearing. It's like silk satin. It looks phenomenal, and she's really, really funny. I think Deja really did a really good job. Really, really, really did a good job this week. Oh, she really did. Bosco plays a singer who can't sing. So Bosco, when she was picking characters, she was like, perfect, because she can't sing. Kitty Laveau. And Rue asked, is that short for anything? And without skipping a beat, she's like, Kitterus. Her physical comedy is off the charts. She's got like an eye patch. She's like, my eye was shot out. Not this one. Opens her eye patch. This one I lost to glaucoma. This is a glass eye. I'm blind. And Rue actually breaks character laughing. And I'm like, well, that's a good sign, isn't it? And it is. It's really fucking funny. Like, Bosco did a really, really good job. This is the kind of shit I want to see on an improv challenge. Irene is up next, and she plays Miss Cherry Cheeks. And she is so unbelievably in character. She strikes me as someone that would be method in any role. And it's kind of crazy. And when Rue is like pressing her like with questions about her husband and stuff, she kind of like drops character, like drops the accent, but goes into like a different accent. And it's like, oh, this is really good. This is like really convincing, like drama stuff. And I'm like, I'd watch a whole show about her. Like, she's told so much about her character in such a little amount of time. I was very impressed. Because I mean, we haven't seen Irene do any of this before. So this is the first time we're seeing this. And oh my God, if she got through that first episode on season 15, who knows how far she would have got, really. Olivia plays Madame Buffont, the psychic with the glass crystal ball, and she's fine. Like, it's not a super interesting character. I think she could have done so much more with it. Like, you're a psychic and there's been a murder on a yacht. Come on now. Like, it's darker and deeper, which is, I think, why Olivia chose this role. But she needed to take it a lot further. Anyway, it turns out Aja's twin character is pretending to be the dead twin. So if she's twin A, twin B died. But she's actually twin B and twin A actually died. So it's like a bit of like a, oh my God. But then it actually turns out it was Michelle's character who killed the twins. So it's a bit convoluted and confusing, but that's kind of what you'd expect in this sort of challenge. Overall, a fine challenge. They're not usually the best anyway. It was carried by a couple people, including Rue. So, you know what? I'll take what I can get in this. Runway day, Aja is giving Irene her flowers for coming in and just absolutely proving herself. And I love that. I think she deserves them. So good on her. Aja goes through her alliances, Mimu with Olivia, and she's also a part of Melanation Station, which includes Olivia and Deja. And is now talking with Irene to try and keep them two as the front runners, because no one's really going to give points to front runners who have already got more points. So it does make sense for them to kind of like buddy up and kind of protect each other. If they can stay in the lead, then they'll be fine. Aja's really playing the game here, and I think she's doing it in a good way. So like, props to her. Deja is so in her head and saying she bombed the challenge and it was one of the worst days she's felt on Drag Race, and I absolutely hate seeing her like this. And I'm like, I really thoroughly enjoyed her performance in the improv challenge. I thought she was really good and has the chance to be in the top. So I don't understand why she's doubting herself. I mean, it's such a pressure cooker of a situation. So who knows what she's feeling. Phoenix, God bless her, gives her a really beautiful pep talk and kind of like tries to bring it out of her. And it's really good to see. And it was a nice moment to watch. Bosco and Olivia also make up and they're like, there's points at stake. We don't really want to cross each other over. like, we need to make up. And it's like, fair. You got to think about that as well. You got to always be thinking it's not just a regular season anymore. It's what the queens have to say that matter a lot. Now, on to the runway. Category is coming and going. So, like, a look from the front and a look from the back. First up is Olivia Lux, and she's giving this beautiful, like, I want to say, like, ballroom singer. She's got, like, the wire of the microphone that's, like, beautifully sculpted into this gorgeous velvet dress with these gloves, and she's holding the microphone. And then from the back, it's these giant flower petals, which just look so immaculate. And I bet they're, like, hand sculpted. And I think it's just, like, actually such a work of art. I think it's really beautiful. Irene comes around the corner, and this is really, really fun. She's kind of like an American politician with his big, like, blonde beehive wig. But she opens it up, and there's an alien in her wig that's, like, controlling her brain, and it actually moves. I'm like, oh my God, that's so fun. And then from the back, it's all, like, robotic and wiring and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, Irene is such a concept queen. It's so much fun to watch. Bosco comes out, and once again, Bosco is eating everyone up. Eating! She's gonna be so full after this. Oh, so incredibly good. She comes out, and it's this coffin. It's just a coffin is all you see. And the coffin is cinched in. It's got a skinny little waist. It's a skinny coffin. Are you kidding me? She turns around. She's in the coffin. She's Elvira. Oh my God. Bosco. Impeccable. It's this sheer mesh red dress with this big red boa around her. She just looks like the richest, darkest bitch in, like, the cemetery. No notes. This is absolute perfection. I fucking love it. Then we have Deja Skye, and she is the biggest, most beautiful flower. She is this gorgeous, like, sculpted corsetry with this kind of giving like a Marilyn Monroe, where the dress is kind of winded up from the back. And then when she turns around, it's this beautiful, like, different color palette, orangey yellow flower. And I think it's such artistry as well. So I think they're really bringing it to the runway this season. Then we have Phoenix, and she's kind of going the route of, like, weather. So very, like, stormy, cloudy in the front, and then sunshine on the back. The meaning she gave behind this was really beautiful. It reminded her of her sister, who she lost to COVID, which is absolutely terrible. So I think that was absolutely beautiful. However, I do think it could have been, the details could have been a bit neater. I think it could have been brought together a little bit more. But overall, I think still a very strong look. And then we have Aja, and she's kind of this golden goddess at the front, and then it's kind of like darkness at the back. I do wish you could see, like, the details a bit more on the back. Like, they're a little bit, like, it's like beading, and you can't really make out what anything is. So I wish that was a bit more exaggerated, but I do really like the front of it. Fave look, Bosco. Obviously, like, come on. No one can compete. Least would have to be Phoenix. Critiques, from the judges' critiques, I would say the tops are Irene, Bosco, and Deja, and then the bottoms would be Olivia, Phoenix, and Aja, which I would agree with. I think that's pretty accurate to what happened in the challenge, and including runways as well. Untucked, everyone is like, Irene and Bosco got the best critiques, hands down, give them their flowers, they're going to be top 2. And the girls are also giving Deja her flowers, like, after being in such, like, a really bad mental state before the runway, and just, she got praised in critiques as well. So they're like, you should be so proud of yourself. And I love her, my little baby Deja Skye. Yes! Olivia is really disheartened, and I mean, I can't blame her. I think after not getting, like, super positive critiques and thinking you might be in the top for 2 weeks now, when there's only really 3 weeks in this preliminary round, I would be feeling the same. Coleman Domingo comes in. He's the guest judge, and he is one fine man. He is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And he has such a nice aura and vibe about him. Like, he just felt very welcoming and absolutely gorgeous. And, like, you just want to sit and have a chat with him all day. He does these little, like, tongue twisters with him, and it's just, like, fun, goofy fun. Like, Irene nails the tongue twisters. I can't even remember what they are, but they were like, it was just silly, goofy fun. That's nice. If we're not going to fight in Untucked, I want silly, goofy fun. So, back on the main stage, the top 2 of the week are Irene the Alien and Bosco. And I would have to agree. On first watch, I did think Deja and Bosco were going to be the top two. However, on second watch, I do agree that Irene was phenomenal and deserved her top two placement. So this means, obviously, that they each earn 2 points. The lip sync is, can you guess? Can you guess what it is? Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Obviously. And such a fun lip sync. Like, Bosco is in this kind of like nightie. This big ass nightie, but then it comes off and she's just in like a bikini with her titties out and some pasties. She's just so phenomenal. Like, I can't get over it. Like, she's just incredible. Also, Irene winning 2 weeks in a row. She's proving these bitches wrong. Like, good on her. Bosco is announced the winner and earns her 10k and an extra point in the Tournament of All-Stars competition. And I have to agree. I think she nailed that lip sync. So, points review. Bosco and Irene are now on 4 points each. Aja is on 3 points. Deja, Olivia, and Phoenix all have 1 point. I have a feeling that going forward, the giving of points is not going to be as simple as the first time, which I'm very excited about, you know. So it'll be very interesting to see at the top of next episode who does what. Let me know your thoughts if you think the right people won. What about the lip sync, about the challenge? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram at ivealwayssaidthat.pod. This has been your broast. Wow. Your host, Brad, and I've always said that for RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10 recap. Thank you. You're welcome. Love you. Bye.